Thoughts on any of that, JG? Do you have any thoughts on that? Strike Force?
Yes, Snafu, who's your favorite person to strike? I know you got a favorite.
Right now, let's say Flow State, Venus Cupcake. They're on the, we're kind of, we got Mad Mystic already. She's blaming Monograph, but Mystic, I'll take the thing. Mystic lost her main channel, and of course they think it was Monograph. It was us, the crew. I'll just say it, Mystic.
Crew is active. He's like Hamas.
Mystic,
He's taking credit for attacks.
Bitch witch lost her main channel. Boo-hoo. Here's where I find it. I find that the grit of a real broadcaster is once they lose and they have to rebuild to see if they really continue. That shows if they're really about the game or not. People like Paul, we don't question because he's already dealt with it. But the others, some of these others, we'll find out the grit of if they're really.
I'm like the Castro, man. I don't stop. Not only do I not stop, you strike me, I come out with mugs, bathrobes, trifolds and shit. I come out with condoms, Patriot prophylactics. I ain't stopping, bro.
So the goal of our channel is when these fucktards go live on the Strike Force channel, we will actually be reviewing and striking actively while they're live. So
now, what will you be striking over? What will be the kind of rubric here? Like, what's the purview? What's the outline? Like, what will you be searching?
I think we'll review the lives. So, like, if Fugtard or Ian China or Monty or any of them go live, and we feel like we need a Strike Force activated, we are going to create the army, which we already have of Strike Force trolls here at the Snafu Crew.
No, but I'm asking like how policy enforcement has certain, organized campaigns. Like, what are you specifically searching out and destroying? Like is criminal, it drugs? Is it
pedophile linked pogos, privately owned government? Kind of like Brian from High Impacts and his little new boy making a board game. We're gonna change the world with a board game, even though they ain't even. Now here's the deal: if this guy's claiming this board game is gonna change the world, if he makes a deal with Monopoly or the brand, big tech companies to get a board game pushed out. Other than that board game ain't going anywhere, guys. And remember, when that camera panned over to him, he cried immediately. Remember, those cameras were in court. So, again, we're witnessing pogo grifts. Paul's been over target, and the attacks on the algorithms on real channels are happening, and it is real. So the Strike Team channel is more of a tactical channel to take on the scum of the internet.
So bullying, harassment, terrorism online, false claims, grifting, frauding.
They better follow the rules, Daddy.
All right. Got to follow the rules. You got any thoughts on this, Tarek, before we move on?
No, I hope you get better snaps. I just left you a video of Brian actually did a video 2 hours ago about the DA district attorney saying that to the cop that she's not going to even pay the ticket. She prosecutes herself. I left it in the back for you. Just the hypocrisy of these people. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw that. I may not play it, but I did see it up on his list. Where we prosecute ourselves and investigate ourselves, so we have no need to actually follow through. I like that. Listen, there's got to be some perks to fascism. We wouldn't do it if there wasn't, right? And one of the perks is do as we say, not as we do. That's kind of the whole point of the system, right? We're going to tell you what to do, and we're not going to hold ourselves to the same standard. That sounds very familiar. We see a lot of that going on online.
Daddy, I was super surprised how humble you were over at Illumitommy's last night. You were very humble.
Well, because again, I don't need to fight and resist. I don't need to defend against false claims. I'd rather just create remedy or resolution. If not, I just stay peaceful and caring of myself and my health. And I let these folks show who and what they are. I'm not going to fight them. I'm not going to yell and scream more than necessary. For what? They're lying. They're grifting. They're jealous. They're envious. I'm none of those things. I have nothing to be upset about.
I feel Daddy showed mercy and humbleness last night. That's what the crew witnessed with Illumitommy. By the way, Tommy.
Yeah, because I pity him and many others on here.
Please.
I pity him and many others on here. They're mentally and emotionally and spiritually disturbed. They don't look well. They look like they're ready to die. Their lifestyle is obviously, unsavory, to say the least. So, you know, I'm more interested in me having good health, just like I tell you, not getting aggravated, yelling and screaming, trying to defend against something that is indefensible because it's not a true claim. So then it just becomes a power game. They just want to get me riled up. They just want to get me cycling and spinning with them so that they can promote their horrible channel and be seen and heard. All right. So I'm not going to feed into it anymore more than necessary. I'm just going to deal with them as people, try to create remedy and reconciliation, try to let them understand that we're on the internet. You know, it's not the end of the world. They don't have to emotionally invest. We can just talk as people or go our separate ways. Right. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I'm doing that mostly for me so that I can heal my body and stay healthy and stay in a good frame of mind. And have faith and trust that everything's going to be what it's meant to be. I don't have to argue. I don't have to fight. I don't have to even hold anyone accountable, really, or call them out. They're going to do what they're going to do.
You know, on the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate all you guys' good vibes and prayers and stuff. Obviously I'm still dealing with health shit, but it really does mean a lot. And again, there's reasons why we do what we do, because you know everyone's on a different path and journey in this digital experience, and there are real
folks are already filing in from your strike force, and I have a suspicion that we're going to start to see more of these agents. So we have our first agent down there who's made himself known, Pogo Strike Force Grunt number 34, with an obvious watermelon that appears to have been penetrated. It appears to have been fucked, Snafu Snaps. So we know
the troll army of the crew, the strike force, we will grow. It's a tactical channel. Again, these pogos don't understand. We take this shit seriously. This digital experience shit, when you talk about algorithms, people like Paul, you guys, we're fighting for people's freedoms and rights on censorship against big tech and satanic pogos. So again, good for you, Pogo Strike Force Grunt. I hope to see you there, sir, on our first strike video.
And we will be searching for fruit that has been penetrated as well. That is an offense. That's a violation of policy.
Like Indian red dot, as your guest said the other day.
You get you fucking watermelons, you're going down. That's it.
He's lucky my voice was out when I heard that.
Strike Force Grunt. Oh man, I'm like, I don't know if they caught it, but you know what? I'm going to break the fourth wall here. When I said I suspect, I did it. I did what they accused me of, which is indirectly asking you for something. I'd like more folks down there to present themselves as members of the Strike Force. So like we have Strike Force Investigator, we have Strike Force Enhanced Interrogation Team, we have Strike Force Court Personnel, right, to do military tribunal and try these folks and then, you know, have judgments made. I think we got our newest simulation down there for folks who want to participate, the Pogo Strike Force. And then this way, when you go to these other horrible, pathetic channels, they become aware, oh my God, Snafu Snaps' crew Strike Force is in the building. We better be on our best behavior. We're being audited.
The optics are high, Daddy.
That's it. Optics are high. Who's this woman?
Sounds
This
like
woman's been laying in a lazy boy chair and she just hasn't said anything. That was Adele, I believe. Hold on, I gotta thank someone. Then we'll go to JG. I got Steve S here. Says supporting the show. Thank you, Steve S, for your contribution. You're a blessing, sir. You were saying, JG?
Pogo Strike Force. It sounds like an extreme Pogo, crew.
Yeah, it sounds like a superhero organization, like Pogo Strike Force Unite.
Like actual Pogos.
Strike Force is the 5th Industrial Complex. This is essentially our Fourth Reich, the Strike Force. We're investigating all people online, and we're bringing about punishments as necessary. I look forward to that. I look forward to a rain of snaps. All right, we got to get to breaking.
Right now, we're just getting it subbed up, and then when we're ready to, the main channel's still there, Snafu Crew, but we're on our last stride. And because I don't give a shit, I'm sure the main channel will be gone. Hundreds of videos gone, you know me, but we'll redo it. But this channel, the new one, is a tactical channel. And if Daddy has issues, just let the crew know, because we'll review some of these people who are opposition. and we'll review and strike at the same time.
There it is. You got a strike team number 1 on the ground now. You got strike force number 34, and you have a strike force pogo jailer, somebody who will be responsible for overseeing these meta miscreants after they are put in incarceration for their safety, of course. This is really not about any personal vendetta. We're not Animale.
Yeah, no personal vendettas here. Just people need to follow the guidelines and policies.
That's it. Especially if you're going to come on here and shit on me, pull up my records, try to demean me, mischaracterize me, right? I don't tell Snafu to do these things. He does this by the grace of God. In his perspective, he's a warrior for the truth. I tell him, relax, go take a back seat. He says, no, this needs to be done. So if you folks want to come on here, mischaracterize and demean folks like me and others who are doing what's true and what's right, or attempting to, or promoting that we have rights, freedom, principles, spiritual faith, and then you want to say, they're bad, they're wrong, they're grifting, and also they should go to jail and have code forced on them because the rest of us follow it. Well, this is what happens. Strike forces will be assembled. Miscreants in the metaverse will learn to serve. This digital experience will be given back to you, the people. Assemble the court, Snafu Snaps.
We are, sir, Daddy.
Strike force in full effect.
It is. Make sure you guys get up on Strike Force, my new channel, and we will all take on the digital experience together.
Zebra Lounge. What's the channel, man? I want to get on Strike Force channel. I gotta subscribe to this.
Strike Team. If you go to my main channel, Snafu Crew, and just go to the community page, we uploaded the backup channel, the tactical channel.
Let's see here. You never find your channels because you're fucking shadow banned. They got them shadow banned, Snafu.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious.
Snafu Crew Strike Team.
Yep. You could, if you pull it up, show them what it looks like.
Digital experience. Zebra Tech.
And again, we will be reviewing lives when they're live and actively, tactically making sure they're following policy and guidelines.
Right. Tactical strike team inbound. All right. Well, these folks should be on their best behavior now because they know someone's watching. The whole team is watching. So that's good. That's going to inspire them to do what's true and what's right. I'm hopeful and faithful for this new endeavor. I have a vision here. Vision of well, it's not my vision. It's Snafu Snaps' vision. It's rapidly becoming one and the same with my own.
Well, it was your vision because after watching people like you getting censored and myself and others who actually stand up, we've had our differences, but like real recognizes real in the end. And no, you know, a lot of people give me shit and stuff, but real whistleblowers, real algorithmic bullshit, real pogo optics. I mean, if you guys can't see the whole Chile de Castro shit, when I say
hold on, someone's already trying to malign you. Mischaracterize you. They're saying
absolutely.
So you plan to get people's
channels away
1 second. No. He doesn't plan to get people's channels taken down. He plans to have policy and code online followed.
Yes,
the letter of the code.
They got to follow the rules.
That's it. Follow the rules, or whatever YouTube decides to do is what they decide to do, right? Just like the courts, just like policy enforcement, just like all the other things you folks follow and support, just like Donnie and Joey, they're going to decide what happens with your future, your family, your life. So if you live that and support that everywhere else, I don't see why you shouldn't support that online. So if channels get taken down, well, that's just good governance. We're going to keep these folks safe, and we're going to make sure they follow the code.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm kind of curious who this chick underneath you is too, Daddy. And I'm saying Daddy, Tommy, because I know you get upset about our
that's
daddy.
Mrs. A. She's a woman of few words. So few, she hasn't said anything yet, but that's okay. She's part of the scene there.
Well, make sure you join our task force strike team. We need some women.
We need some women who can inform. Like all good fascist organizations, we need you out and about just shopping, pretending to be part of the scene and informing on everyone. All right. I think she's agreeing to that indirectly. Tacit agreement. She didn't say no, so I'm taking it as a yes. Canada's housing is home ownership only for the rich now. 80% say yes in a new poll. Boy, Canada's fucked. 80% of them think that there's no place for even the middle class or anyone really to have a home. It's for rich people now. Homes are for rich people. It's back to the tin hut. Okay, it's time to get like the rest of the world. You guys are unthankful and ungrateful. You've had too much for too long. Now we're going to get back to real reality.
Well, an increasing number of people in this country are giving up the dream of owning a home. An Ipsos poll done exclusively for Global News shows
you don't own it anyway. The bank owns it, and then you pay taxes on the land, proving you never wind up owning it.
Is up 11 points from a year before. More than half of the people surveyed said they are considering co-ownership to afford a home. About half of those polled don't think enough housing will be built to keep up with demand and think will continue to drive high demand. 8 in 10 Canadians feel that owning a home is only basically for those who don't own a home yet. It's only for the rich. It doesn't bode well for the future, does it?
Yeah, up 11 points. And remember, this is a poll that was done after the federal budget that was supposed to speak to this issue. And the people who are feeling this most are younger Canadians. Now, the interesting thing in all of these data, because we asked a lot of questions about it, was it's not just that people have given up on the idea of owning a home. They think it's only for the rich, but also that they believe it's very difficult to be personally financially well off if you don't own a home. So it's not just that you have to change your expectations about the place that you're going to be living in. It's that you're really feeling you're imperiled. Your financial future is imperiled if you don't own a home. So it's a very difficult mix of things that are going on when it comes to the cost of living today, but also the effect that this is having on what people think about what their financial security is going to be in the future.
So with that said, and I know we touched on it earlier this week when it comes to the government's polling, and a lot of people look to the government for help in this. Of course, that's not an exclusive problem for them to solve because there are larger economic issues, of course.
Right, LJ, don't bother pointing out the facts that everyone's ignoring. The fact that technically right now in this system that most are involved in, you can't ever own property. That's the point of feudalism. That's the point of democracy. It's the point of the corporate overlay. So you never actually own anything. You don't own your car. Technically, once you register it and title it a motor vehicle, it becomes an interest of the state, right? They take an interest in that property and they claim that interest to be more than whoever purchased it. The same goes for a house and the land under it. You register it, you title it, you pay taxes on it, and you never wind up owning it. The state always retains title to it.
That's why people fuck with the mineral rights, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, again, this is the first artificial intelligence overlay where they've used a bunch of words and terms, a legal society, and a bunch of paperwork to take possession of all of the property and then loan it back to you for interest. Right. So you're essentially paying them to profit